Oh, I'm alive. One, free. This one will probably be a short one this week. I just want to play this game. Honestly, it's kind of a little break from some of bigger games. Though I think the next game will probably be Kingdom Hearts 2. Unless I just get really obsessed with Ninja Gaiden and just play Ninja Gaiden 2. It's gonna be a game with a 2 in the title. That's honestly most likely what it'll be. I almost picked Freedom Planet, to be honest with you. But, I'm gonna be calling him in a minute. I'm gonna let Train select my character once he's in here. So, that'll be a whole thing. I don't know who he'll pick. Actually, I have an idea. We'll see if I'm right. I'll declare it now. Because I have all the DLC, which means, like, I have, like, Usagi and Karai. I am betting he will pick Usagi. Anyway, I'm going to turn off the music, boot the game, and call him. Let me give him the call while the game's booting up. Ah! Hello.
Hello.
Toitles.
Yeah.
Toitles.
Yes.
So how you doing?
I'm alright. Been a bit of a slow week. Yourself?
I'm doing okay. Actually, I gotta adjust the volume on the game a little bit. Oop. There we go. So, I'm going to let you actually pick which character I play in the arcade run.
Raphael.
Which, yeah, I'm actually surprised. You know what? That's not who I thought. Hold on, let me tell you who's all in the game, because I have all the DLC characters.
I know who's in the game. I love this game.
Oh, well, shit. You know what? I'm wrong then. I guessed Usagi.
Yeah, here's the thing though. Usagi's good, and Leo is good. Raph is not good. Raph is like probably the worst character in the game. You can play Raph. You fool! I know this game.
Alright. Let's see
You're
here.
giving me far too much power.
I don't have a...
I mean,
listen,
Raph's not like...
This isn't
Raph
like
isn't-
old games. He's actually playable in this game. He's fine.
Oh yeah, he's playable, but I don't want you to have it too easy.
See, I figured you would wait until, like, after I beat this and I see that I beat it too quick and go, like, hey, why don't I play the roguelike mode and then hit me with Raph? That's what I was expecting.
Nah. Raph out the gate.
But, I mean, like, I can play Raph. Like, he's not as good as Mikey, but, like, honestly, like...
Like
Yeah.
I said, he's fine, he's just objectively, like, the worst character in the game.
April is literally just better him.
All because he has virtually no range.
Unfortunately for you, I am actually decent at this game, though I have... Outside of playing it a little bit this morning to make sure my new controller works, and is responsive for this, I am not, like, fully practiced at this game other than playing, like, the first level. So, like, I'm practiced on the first level, and that's about it.
Oh, don't worry, Dan. I have very much...
But, when this game first came out, I was actually on top of the leaderboard for a little bit. Mind you, that was with April, though.
But yeah, I mean, every character's a discipline. Well, I'm pretty sure I beat the game with every character.
Oh yeah, I have too. I just took my first hit.
Just, you know.
I saw it coming too, and I just did not.
The true Raph way. Talk shit, get hit.
Oh yeah, there's the taunt button. That's how I get the super meter back quicker. What's the taunt? I'll look at what the taunt button is after I fight these guys. Okay, which button is the taunt? Well, that's not it. There it is. Found it. I now found the taunt button.
Hooray.
This is very important.
I mean, it's how you build meter.
Yeah. I saw a post one day. I don't remember what the fourth show was, or the fourth series, but it was like if you're a fan of one of these, you're a fan of all four. I can't remember the fourth one, but the other three were Ninja Turtles, Dragon Ball, and Sonic.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say it was like Ninja Turtles, Biker Mice from Mars, Street Sharks, and Extreme Dinosaurs.
It's a damn shame that nobody remembers Extreme Dinosaurs. I still think that was the better one. Though Street Sharks probably had the better toy because they had a whole biting action thing.
I mean, of the turtle ripoffs, maybe, but I think Extreme Dinosaurs is like incredibly carried by its theme song being really cool.
Oh yeah, but like I mean, Street Sharks didn't even have that. It's only carried by one fucking internet guy who got people to pretend like it's so much that it got a fucking discotheque Blu-ray re-release.
Oh, good.
And also, the toy line got like how the Turtles had like the old toys like revamped to be like modern collectibles. They got that too for Street Sharks.
Well, good for Street Shark enjoyers, I guess. Wake me when we get the Samurai Pizza Cat toys.
Right? So that one wasn't even really a Turtles ripoff.
No. It just wanted it to be.
Well, the American division wanted it to be. When they brought it over, they're like, okay, we're gonna make this a Samurai Pizza Cats. We're gonna make Samurai Pizza Cats. That's what they're gonna be called. No, there is no pizza in the show.
Also, they're not actually samurai.
No.
They're very clearly ninja.
And that guy's clearly a fucking fox.
I mean, I guess speaking of rip-offs that are inexplicably good and probably... I've been listening to the Killer Instinct 2013 game soundtrack again.
It's a good soundtrack.
You know, it's a really good soundtrack. And I did have a think. Thought, is Killer Instinct just good Mortal Kombat?
Yes! I've been saying that for years. Now, it doesn't have fatalities anymore, but it did used to have fatalities.
Yeah, but I mean, just mean it's, you know, gory... you know, big. It's just. I mean,
it doesn't have the gore anymore.
Well, okay, it's more of the adult-themed fighting game with you know, in theory, lethality and gore, but also just had crossover characters before that became Mortal Kombat's big thing. Its only thing.
Yeah, it doesn't even do its own characters anymore.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat's characters. Well, it just had people that your dad remembers.
Ed Boon's selection of characters that Warner Brothers owns. You mean I don't need to use my discount OCs anymore? Ha! Throws them out.
I mean, nothing wrong with discount OCs. It's what makes Soul Calibur so good.
Oh no, I love discount OCs, but Boone doesn't like his.
Boone doesn't like lots of things. You know, like good games.
Yeah, he really hates those. So does Miyazaki.
You've been playing more Elden Ring.
Oh, I gave up on Elden Ring.
What got you?
The fact that the mechanics still don't function. The fucking roll works, but the hitboxes on enemies are inconsistent because their winds up are inconsistent.
Oh yeah,
they're good.
I was gonna say wind-ups are purposely built to catch rolls if you don't basically know what's coming.
Yeah, but it'll be the same attack, and they'll just like delay it sometimes because fuck you.
Yep.
And there's no way to really read that, so there is no reading your opponents. It's like playing a fighting game with an opponent who knows how to delay, except for it's a computer and can cheat. I don't know. I like my skill-based games to actually be skill and not a fucking casino.
People have looked into it, and I'm fairly certain that it actually does, even despite how it might feel, it definitely does not actually read inputs.
I don't know about that one, Chief. I never felt like I was doing anything skilled. I always just felt like I was gambling and putting my face against a wall until I eventually broke through. Also, the level design is fucking trash.
I don't know about that one.
Yes it is! Hey, what's... Okay, walk in room. Guy in corner slaps you after you look at the guy in the middle. Walk in next room. Hey, look, it's the same trick again. But this time with explosive barrels.
You got caught by the eagles.
That's not even no, that's the second time they do explosive barrels. The first time they do explosive barrels with the guy with the grenade.
Oh, that guy.
Even when I fought the first true boss, like, none of it felt like I was actually learning anything. It just felt like I was putting my face against the wall and then eventually just won. It never felt good. So then when I went back to playing fucking Wulong, I was like, oh my god, the mechanics all work! Oh! Wait, level design where I can, like, use my head to slip around? Stealth that actually fucking works, rather than sometimes they don't see you because, I don't know. And other times, most of the time, they'll see you from across the map and either A, run at you like a mom trying to get a fucking Tickle Me Elmo in the 90s and during Black Friday sale, or they'll do the horn and summon the Reddit horde.
I think part of the thing with enemy placement is it's also meant to incentivize, you know, the whole message gimmick.
Of just like a message which sometimes doesn't pop up. And a lot of times, even when you know they're there, the answer is run and pray to God, because even like the baits for like the grenades are inconsistent, because sometimes you'll bait them to throw the grenade to explode the barrels, and sometimes they'll just fucking whiff it. And you're like,
I mean, that's pretty good.
I gotta make him do it again.
Grenade goes super easy. You let him throw the grenade once he blows at the barrels, then you just run at him, and he never has enough time, no matter how slow.
Oh no, you can get him like that way, like eventually, but sometimes you gotta do it a couple of times before he actually does it properly. Sometimes he just doesn't do it properly. Sometimes he'll, like, overshot the throw and throw it over the barrels. Sometimes he'll only blow up a couple of the barrels.
Oh.
And then there's the other guy on the left who sometimes throws his, sometimes doesn't.
Well, I figured I figured Kata would be the point where you'd quit, so...
So, yeah, I like Souls-like games, but only when they actually fucking function and aren't facilitating a guy's sadomasochism. So yeah, Team Ninja does it better. Everybody can suck my cock.
No, that's like your opinion, man.
Oh no, it's actually fact, because it doesn't fucking work.
I've not played Thingy, so I couldn't say. I only played Neo 1 and I didn't get very far.
I can't say anything about Neo 1 because I didn't play Neo 1. I can only talk about Neo 2 and Wulong. Like, I think the music was good. I liked what they were going with the writing. I thought the art was good. Shame about the fucking gameplay.
What build were you running?
I was doing like a Magic's like Dex build.
What was your weapon?
I had a mace at the time.
Fair. Probably would have been better off with katana, or just because of the range and scales with Dex, but...
I didn't have a katana.
I should have asked Dodge where you can find one.
Also, the game, like, rarely gives you the fucking, like, resources you need to actually properly fucking play it. And then what it does have doesn't even work half the fucking time.
Not sure what you mean by the resources to play it, but...
A lot of times the scenarios force you to just brute force it. Because you either A, won't have a weapon, spell, ammunition in terms of like bow or arrow stuff, and there isn't really a way to go around it. You just have to run at it. Or if they put a path to the left, oh, actually that was a trap, fuck you, die.
I mean, I can just think of quite a few places where you can stealth around.
Mostly on the open world map, not on the actual dungeons.
Not in the dungeons.
Nope.
Yeah, but... No, I said, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh.
Yeah, stealth isn't really a thing in the dungeons, but...
On the map, like, yeah, you can do a bit more, but I feel like that was a mistake. A lot of the mechanics just feel like they're at war with each other, or just don't fucking work. Like, all this defensive stuff just feels inconsistent and wonky. It's better than it was in Dark Souls, but it's still not good. Bloodborne's still the best one of them, which feels like Miyazaki actually made a good game, and that's why we're not getting it re-released, not Sony. Well, I'm embarrassed by this. It functioned. Get rid of this trash.
Sure what you mean by the defensive options, but...
Block is just trash. Parry doesn't really fucking work.
What the fuck do you mean block is bad?
Block is bad! What, you block that? Great, you're stunned. Fuck you.
Depends what you're blocking, but a significant amount of stuff you block and just get a free hit on people because...
Yeah, or with grunts, but anything other than a grunt.
I mean, if you're trying to, like, guard counter a boss, then...
Yeah, it's okay, the rolling works so well, so you can also do that. Oh, wait! Sorry, I was mistaken. I was thinking of Wulong there, where I'm able to parry shit. Sorry, that was my bad.
Parry stuff with Elden Ring.
Yeah, you can! Technically, it just won't help you. Fuck you.
I mean, depends which enemies and what you're trying to parry.
And how the game's feeling today.
Yeah. Pretty consistent on that front. It's
Nope.
mostly when you have certain enemy types that have very unique or gimmicks to them that it can be wonky.
Unless it decides it doesn't want to do that today. It's fine, I went back to playing good video games.
Okay.
Like right now!
But, yeah, otherwise it's been a pretty slow week on my side.
Yeah, nothing really too new with me. Like, one thing is I have an NDA for, so I can't even fucking talk about it.
Uh-oh. What have you done?
No, I didn't do anything. It's just something I got to, do, so I have an NDA on it, so I can't talk about it.
So you haven't done anything, but you have done something.
Well, not like a bad thing.
Well, I mean, how do we know if it's a bad thing? You just can't talk about it.
Yeah, literally, I can't. It's not a crime, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, who said the word crime? You said the word crime.
I'm gonna go back to just shitting on Elden Ring if you keep this up.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been a slow week otherwise for me.
I don't think there's been any major announcements on any games or anything
That I can
that we
think
care
of now.
about.
Like, we're still just waiting for Sparking for me, and like what they revealed. The last trailer was just kind of like stuff I expected. Like it's like the Cyber Frieza, King Cold, Cell. Like we knew that was in.
I mean, wake me when we get to like some real shit characters like
Spike the Devilman.
Yeah, let's get all the Shadow Dragons.
We have not seen anything GT related.
We probably won't. Like, not being funny if they're not like going hard and saying, "Hey, look, Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta."
They said that there was going to be GT stuff, but we don't know. We don't know what if it's going to be base game or DLC. But they said that they're apparently going to have GT stuff, but we don't know anything about it. We also know that they said that they're going to do the director, and that they're going to have Dragon Ball stuff.
I'm gonna say all that will be DLC, and the main game will just be Z and Super.
That's my guess on GT. Ball might get in base or some Ball stuff.
I feel like they would have shown off something for Ball at this point.
I mean, there's still like a fuckload of character slots left, and I mean a fuckload.
Yeah, but we've got to have room for a pool, and all three of the Wolfmen.
A pool already got announced. He was back when they did when they showed off the fucking like Namek Saga stuff, which they already did that. Like we got all the Genyus are in.
I thought that was Kui they showed off in that trailer.
I think they showed off Frieza Soldier. They showed off a couple of things. I don't know. It could have been Kui. They're all the same. They're interchangeable to me.
Wow, racist.
Not my fault. They're Frieza Soldiers. They like die in 2 seconds.
And, we got to get the three wolf guys from Universe 6.
I think they were already announced.
Probably, but we got to have space with them, and
they're already on the slots. I'm talking about the ones that we have blank so far, and there's a lot still blank, and I mean a lot. It's really funny how many we have.
Well, I mean the problem is also most of those slots have to go to Goku. We've got to have more Gokus.
I mean, we will have a lot of Goku and Vegeta slots.
Goku is as far as the eye
and we
can
did, and we did get the Fusion Kami slot for Piccolo. That's in now. We knew it was gonna be in, but it's in now.
We'll be, I'm pretty sure we can guess Orange Piccolo will be in.
Oh yeah, if they're gonna go all through Super, then we still have the that stuff.
I'm gonna check see who has been confirmed.
Cause I know, cause like now they're kind of like doing arc confirmations. Cause earlier they did like some like character ones, like a couple of the Genyus got announced before all of them with the Namek Saga announcement. And now, cause I know Videl got announced in that along with like 18 and a couple other characters at one point, like.
Apple has not been confirmed.
Okay.
Apparently.
Fair enough.
Android. See if anyone's like stands out.
There's no movie characters. No movie characters have been announced yet.
Oh, I don't think any of the Z movie characters will show up. You'll probably get the super stuff.
I'd have to look at the picture of like how many slots so far, because there's like a picture they put at the end of each trailer. Kind of get an idea of how many slots we have left. I'll do that later.
I mean, movie characters, Broly, Super Broly's in. He's.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna get Super Broly, and we're gonna get like we're probably gonna get like Cell Max as like a as a thing too.
We're getting Anna Laza, whose name I can never remember, but he's that stupid robot guy. That stupid robot guy who looks like Discount Hirudegarn, which is impressive because Hirudegarn looks like Discount Hirudegarn. Yeah.
By the way, for the record, I have not died once yet.
Okay. No, he's not gonna get Black Frieza.
We probably won't get anything from the manga. Because they have yet to put the manga stuff in any of the video games.
I know the three magical girls from Universe 2 are in.
Yeah, they all got announced.
Top's in, but I assume it's also because he'll also have his God of
Awakened
Destruction
form. Yeah.
Gamma 1, Gamma 2 are confirmed as DLC characters.
Okay, so they'll probably have like all those things as DLC then.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to tell which ones are going to be DLC since they are DLC. Because I think Broly's also like an early DLC.
He is basically if you have the DLC, if you have like the, I think it's more the fact that you unlock him and Gogeta like immediately, as opposed to like having to unlock them through gameplay.
Oh, okay.
Have, like the early DLC, it's like, oh yeah, you just start with these, and everyone else you have to get through like story modes or whatever. You know, like OG games. I think.
Yeah. Probably, maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm gonna be going all in like an idiot on the game. So
yeah, Gamma 1 and 2 are DLC. So I assume first DLC.
Oh god, these little shit monkeys. I forgot about these guys.
I assume DLC 1 or this like first wave of DLC will mostly be superhero stuff.
Probably.
So, Gamma 1, Gamma 2, Orange Piccolo, Cell Max,
Beast Gohan.
Yeah, Beast Gohan and Cell Max because giant characters are in.
So we'll probably get like base game will at least be Super Z through Super all the way to probably I'm gonna guess the Super Broly movie. But like nothing from the manga. I don't think I'll do anything from the manga.
I don't think. So I know. So Cauliflower's been confirmed, but you know I think that's pretty safe to say.
With Kefla in the game, Cauliflower and Kale's getting. No, actually no. They showed Kale in one of the early trailers.
Yeah. I'm just scrolling through this, and it's all characters alphabetically. So yeah, we've only actually got Bergamo, who is just one of the Wolf Boys.
Okay.
So Cabba's going to be one of the slots because he's not been mentioned.
Yeah, even though who cares about Cabba, he's going to be in. Honestly, I'm more interested in a pool, huh?
I mean, some people like Cabba. I'm not one of them, but you know.
Okay, name one.
Sam.
Does he?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't say, hey, what's your thoughts on Cabba? Because it's like Universe 6.
I mean, it's Cabba. Who's going to ask questions about Cabba?
Universe 6 starts and ends with Hit, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, I like Kale and Cauliflower.
But hit is hit.
I do like hit.
It's very much like, why would I look at these?
Honestly though, I do like the Saiyan girls a little bit more than hit. I'll be honest, I do like them a little bit more than hit, but I do like hit a lot.
Why would I look at them when hit's right there?
I mean, I just like all three, and then nobody else exists. What the fuck is a Frost? Sounds disappointing.
Oh yeah, Frost will be in.
Oh yeah, definitely, because they'll have those all in. They'll have the wolves in, because we got one of them. They're all gonna be in there. It's probably, honestly, thinking about it, the Tournament of Power is probably gonna take up a lot of fucking slots. Because I know one of the weird Tournament of Power characters got in.
Yeah, Andy Laza, that's the big robot guy I told you.
Oh yeah. I literally forgot that fast.
Exactly. Oh, you know who else will be in?
Who?
Roshi.
Roshi's already in.
He's not on this list of confirmed characters. Oh wait, no, there he is. Never mind, my bad.
Because I was like, I know I saw him in a trailer, lightning surprising a motherfucker.
Why is Tien on this list? Fuck off, Tien.
Because Americans like Tien a lot.
They're the only ones.
Oh, well, no. There's also the director of Fighter Z. She loves Tien.
Why don't you make Tien good then?
Good question. Maybe it's like the Sailor Moon creator thing where she just likes pathetic men.
But I mean, like...
No, that's not a joke. That's what she said. Sailor Moon's creator, like, yeah, I like, why does Tuxedo Mask fall off? It's like, I like pathetic men.
I mean, I'm not gonna kink shame her.
Oh no, I'm not.
Well, my point is that I'm pretty sure virtually everyone in Fighters had at least some point of being at least halfway relevant, and except Tien. Fucking, even for a week, Yamcha was top tier.
Yeah, Tien's one of those characters, like, whenever I would randomly see him, either one of my friends just pulling him out for fun, or online, I'd be like, Tien? It's literally like the fucking thing is like, Tien wasn't even on the list!
I mean, in that case, Tien was definitely on that list.
Well, in that case, yeah, but in the abridged series, he was. Yamcha was on the list. I was on the list. Halftime entertainment! You know what? I'm just happy to be included.
Yeah, well...
I was sad, though, one thing with the trailer when they showed up the Cell Saga stuff, they played Umi no Hayo, the fucking Soul vs. Soul song. And I love that song, and then they, and text on the bottom go, this song is not included with the game, and I was like, God damn it!
I mean, probably because of licensing.
Yeah. That can still be sad. I'm allowed to be.
Put it on yourself.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's what I'll just do. But there's that thing of, like, when the game does it, though, you know? Watch it be a fucking DLC track.
Nah. I don't think they'll do, like, DLC. If they're doing DLC for music, it'll just be, like, stuff that they made for the game. I'll be very surprised if any actual tracks make it.
I mean, I think they would, because that's what Fighter Z did. Most of the stuff from the actual series was DLC.
Well, I definitely think Day of Fate won't get in, just because it's probably tied up with licensing, and why pay money to license a song when they don't have to?
Just license it just for a trailer. To be fair, that wouldn't be as expensive. That's just a trailer.
That's just a trailer, and it's not a matter of being distributed.
Globally, even.
Yeah.
I mean, it's technically global because it's on YouTube, but, you know, it's still different.
I mean, it's completely different, like, things they have to go through to, like the use of music in trailers, versus okaying the use of music of specific tracks in, you know, like films and games, etc.
Especially considering, like, film and games get distributed, like, in so many ways and for so long.
It's like how, somewhat relevant, like, not a huge amount of the budget shit, because, you know, the figure gets misquoted a lot, but a surprising amount of Alien money had to go to the licensing of a song that doesn't actually play, but is sung, but is like half sung by Ripley as she's panicking.
Damn.
It was the 70s. But relevant because Romulus is coming out tomorrow now, but when this goes up is already out and taking the world by storm, I assume. I don't know, I want to watch it, but one of those things if I need to find a friend who's willing to go, and a lot of my friends aren't big on scary movies.
Fair enough.
In real life, I mean.
I know what you meant.
But, yeah.
Rets, we are the Rets.
So, yeah, sometimes music licenses do just cost a lot for inexplicable reasons. I mean, the music industry is kind of just that way in general.
You mean the parasite industry?
I know what I said.
Racking's down.
Easy peasy.
I can't wait to fight Leatherhead just because I like Leatherhead. I do have a big fuck-off Leatherhead figure, complete with his stupid shotgun.
Good old Leatherhead.
He guarantees.
But yeah, I mean, I guess talking of other Turtle ripoffs, because the Florida Frogmen appear or whatever they're called.
The punk frogs.
Yeah. Battletoads before Battletoads.
Which were basically like, Shredder accidentally made them and then was like, I'm gonna try and reverse engineer Ninja Turtles and have them beat the Turtles. Except for he tried doing the whole thing of making them heroes, and they're like, wait, but he's the bad guy in the end, and they all just beat the shit out of Shredder. However, the punk frogs are fairly ineffectual, because then Leatherhead just fucking jobs them out. And then Leatherhead and Shredder team up for a little bit.
Yeah, you think Shredder would have the sense to just make an army of evil mutant
he wanted to, but Krang was like, no, fuck off, you're not getting any more.
I don't know why he listened to Krang. Krang's full of shit.
Krang just wouldn't give him it. He doesn't own it.
Should have just shredded Krang.
Shredder, my body! I still haven't watched the, I still need to watch at some point that, the, Mutant Mayhem movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's also one of those things where clearly not meant for, like...
Because we're old.
People of our demographics, so...
I was thinking about this earlier, I wonder if it is an age thing for me, because, like, so I liked the original Turtles. 2020 I liked bits and pieces of, but I was annoyed with, mainly because the attitude it had towards everything, towards the 80s one. Because that was when they were going... Yeah, 2000.
2003.
I say 2000s because it's just easier for me trying to remember.
I thought you said 2020.
I might have misspoke and said that. But, either way. Hold on, it's this fucking spinny chain, guys. There we go. Anyway, it's the, because I like that one for the most part here and there. I liked the 2012 set. Though I don't like Rising, but for different reasons. Mainly because their whole thing was they were like, oh yeah, we're different, but it wasn't really. Somehow was also more racist than than like stuff that would be in the original, which usually felt like, they don't know any better here when they have like the fucking like Japanese guys in Splinter's origin story. Versus like the fucking Hippo Man, who is like a fucking stereotype you would see on Bugs Bunny, like back in the fucking 20s.
To be fair, if we're talking like stereotypes...
But no, they gave him a New Zealand accent, it's fine.
No, I was going to say, part of the problem we have is, Shredder's name. He's called a Rokusaki, which sounds like Oroku's not a name. The only reason he's called that is because they wanted to have the joke of his brother being called Nagisaki.
Jesus, I didn't even know that was his name.
Yeah, so Shredder's name is Orokusaki, and part of the backstory is that he kills Nagi, who is was Splinter's owner, master, whatever.
Which I do think they did change that name.
And yeah, it was meant to be, so he's called Nagasaki.
Yeah, I think they changed the mentor's name when they do the one where he's got the mentor. Because I don't remember that, but I know that was definitely had to be in the original.
Well, I mean, it was in the comics, so...
Yeah, I was saying, like, they definitely must have changed that, like, in every other iteration.
I'm fairly certain how often do they act. It's very rare they actually call Shredder Oroku. They just call him the Shredder.
I'm talking about not Rokusaki, I know that, I'm talking about Nagi.
Oh, right.
So I know Rokusaki, because they even call him that in the original show. Like, from time to time, like Splinter will call him Rokusaki.
Yeah, well, as I said, that's why he's called a Rokusaki. Well,
typically to him, when he's talking to the turtles, he'll say Shredder, but when he's talking to him, when he's fighting him himself, he will go Orokusaki.
Well, anyway, now you know why he's called... I mean, they just called him Oroku because they thought it sounded cool, but that's why his last name is Saki.
It does sound cool, I'm not gonna lie. But,
traditionally a girl's name.
Huh, I did not know that.
And not a surname. Well, I mean, it's, you know, probably the easiest Saki I can point you to is the one from, Persona 4.
I never... Yeah, that's true.
The girl who dies, who goes
like early on.
And then the revelation is she didn't really like Yosuke.
Yeah, she's kind of like a little shit.
I don't know if I'd say that because you know the whole point of Shadow World.
Oh no, you're right. Sorry, I'm also fighting Toku and Razor right now.
Oh yeah, I get that, but it's just more of the fact.
So like my attention's also split between three guys.
Yeah, but my point I was just saying is that part of the thing with Persona fans is they're very quick to, at least in my experience, go. Oh,
it's usually usually self-perceived stuff sometimes too, and. Yeah. Or sometimes it's literally just like the fucking what's the word I'm looking for? The intrusive thoughts.
Well, I mean, if we took everything at face value that was said from the shadows, then Kanji would fucking hate women.
Yeah, a lot of it is like intrusive thoughts or other shit with going on with them. It's not really the true self.
Or even just perception or how other people perceive them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things where it's very a lot of people.
And sometimes it's even like a case.
Horrible person she deserved to die, and I'm like, she probably wasn't. Probably just the same as like every other character.
Yeah, and also just because they don't like a guy that's like bothering them doesn't make them wrong. The wrong part is more like you should probably, if you don't actually you say that, but even that it's like not 100% because we don't. Unfortunately, the fact is that because she's dead, she doesn't really develop that far, so we don't know much else about her versus like the main characters and shit, where we get to see every aspect of them and understand what parts of the shadow bit are, them dealing with issues, intrusive thoughts, yada yada yada, so on and so forth.
What part of stuff that the developers never intended, so they then release a bunch of subsequent side material to deconfirm.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Naoto.
Like Naoto's whole thing was basically dealing with societal stuff when it comes to like gender roles. That was her whole thing.
Yeah.
And her at the time, and this happens to people where because of like stupid like gender role shit, they'll hate their gender and like sometimes some will end up being like, oh wait, no, I'm actually this and that's like trans, and some will be like, no, I am this and society's just a piece of shit, and both are valid. But
but I just mean that there was specifically that one manga that everybody hated about that felt very much like it was. I
never read that one.
Yeah, so
I know what you're talking about because I've seen the design. Because I've seen like the long hair Naoto, and that's about all I know about it.
I think it's just more the general thing. People think it's like it was designed basically because it didn't like how people were interpreting that thing. I don't think it's exactly that, but you know.
I don't know. I never read it, so I don't know. The only like side material for Persona I looked at was like some of the video games and the anime. That's about it.
Read a couple of the side things. Well, I've looked at a couple of the side things, but I know you also know Persona fans. I'm a true Persona fan. I try not to play stuff or interact with the actual media. You know me.
Yeah, Persona fans aren't allowed to. You can't if you're a Persona fan.
It's just not right, you know. Playing the game that you love so dearly.
You say you like so dearly.
I always like.
It's like when the other version of that, like when you have like the weird conservatives who get mad over X video game, and you're like, wait, do you even play this?
No.
Like I see that with like a lot with Bridget, where I'm like, all right. Like there was one of them I remember where I was in like, okay, who do you main? Which one did you play? Who do you main? Xrd, May. Cool. I have that game. Let's do it. Let's do a set. No. But also, I was the top like 10 May, and I'm just like, okay, show me proof of that if you were top 10. I can't.
So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because like Bridget wasn't a revelation. Like from day one, they were like, yeah, Bridget's a cross-dresser. And then only then later have they now gone, okay, they're trans. Which isn't like, you know, a million miles away from what they've always been.
Right.
Like it's not just some brand new thing where they just decide. Like it wouldn't be like if we got to like Street Fighter 7.
Like you can have a cross-dresser who isn't, but like the seeds were there. The seeds were there.
But yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not a million miles away from where Bridget already was.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like it would be different if we're talking something like we just make Street Fighter 7 and we're like, okay, Ken is trans, and it's like, okay, well that feels like that came out of nowhere, but
yeah,
it's like that didn't really come out of nowhere.
Like when they first announced, like it first got announced, I basically was like, because I am not trans, I was like, all right, let me look at the trans community and see what they think about this as a rep. Is this good? Is this bad? And then I just see them overwhelmingly like, yeah, this is good. And like, okay, cool, that's great. Because it's not my place to talk about that shit, you know?
Yeah, either way, because it's like, fine. But like, I don't know. It was such a weird thing for people to get ass mad about.
They're still mad about it.
Like,
and it's like, dude, you don't even play the game. Why do you give a shit? You don't even play it. Like, dude, who cares? Go away.
Listen, I can understand if we were talking about, like, as I said, if we just decided that is the new direction for Ken. Because yeah, that would just come out of nowhere, and that would feel a bit weird.
If we want to stay in the same game, Soul bad guy.
Well, I mean, Soul's just kind of eggs anyway. I mean, yeah, he has like the one woman he loves, but
and a lot of kids technically, but though none of them were from sex.
Yeah, he didn't get to have. He didn't choose to have.
You know, as far you know what I'm just gonna declare him as an ace rep. I'm just gonna do that now, even though he's Daisuke's self-insert. That's not a joke, by the way. He is actually Daisuke's self-insert.
Everybody's got to have one, I guess.
Like I always say, like self-inserts aren't necessarily bad. It just depends on the writer. Because, like, remember, Rohan and JoJo is a self-insert.
Gee, I couldn't tell, considering all the stuff that Rohan gets.
Well, that's later. And not even by the creator of JoJo. Like, he didn't make the live-action show.
And the spin-off manga. And the brain damage.
Wait, did he do the spin-off manga? I didn't even know there was a spin-off manga, to be fair.
Or it's like a spin-off manga or a light novel or something.
I'd have to look at that. I wonder if...
I think it's what the stage show is based on.
I have to see if it's written by him or not, because I'm curious now.
I mean, he would have definitely been a consultant on it.
which, depending on how much he gives a shit, could be the equivalent of him just, like, leaning in the room, chewing an apple while just giving a thumbs up and then leaning away. Or it could be him like, okay, now this is the part where we're all on. It varies from project to project. Oh, this is my favorite song in the game. It's the sky level song. I fucking love this one.
Oh yeah, Panic in the Sky. I think my favorite is the Shredder boss music.
Oh, the Shredder boss music is really good too. The music in this game is fucking amazing. The game itself is like, this is like one of my favorite beat 'em ups. Like, I love the old Turtles beat 'em ups, but despite the fact that I know they're rough around the edges and they do have their issues, but I still have fun with them. But this game is just fucking great. Like, it's easily the best one of the series. But, what was it? Fuck, I got hit by a steel beam. But, what were we saying earlier before I got distracted by the song? Shit.
Yeah, it's all bad guys, dice case, self-insert.
Oh, self-inserts. Oh, I think I know what I was gonna make fun of. You know, I'll always make fun of, like, Kubo for being really upset that, people liked Rukia more, and then just giving her a bad haircut. But at least he didn't do something like, what do you mean you like this character more than my favorite? I'm going to now blow off half their goddamn head. In the most graphic fucking manga panel in the entire manga, even now.
Who's that for?
Jujutsu Kaisen Nobara.
They killed
now that the manga's now that the anime caught up to that part at the very least, I can make fun of it. Don't worry, gang. She's not the first. She's only the first of many that he puts in the fridge because of that. Because people like them more than Maki. It's really funny. Like, at least one just got a bad trip to the barbers. Yeah, this guy just fucking kills his characters and puts them in the fridge. It's so funny. And God, does the series just get worse. It's not good. I dropped it. I eventually was like, you know what? I don't need this. I don't need another. I don't need Bleach, but worse. I'm done. This is fine. I'm gonna go and move on. I'll watch and read Fearin'. I like that one. That's the one with the that's the elf one, not the one in the dungeon. It's the one where it's like after like she defeated the big bad years ago, and now she's just kind of bumming around, teaching like this new girl. Yeah, that one. It's not Delicious in Dungeon, which I go ahead, sorry.
I like that show. I like that show.
I have not watched it yet. I'm not. I'm debating back and forth if I want to or not.
You should. I enjoyed it.
Considering you're pretty good with recommendations for me, I'll definitely have to give it a shot.
Trying to think. I mean, the only thing I'm really sort of keeping up to date with these days is One Piece. You know, one day it'll be over. It is incredible how many.
You keep up with it via the anime or the manga?
Manga.
Ah, the way where it actually has fucking pacing.
Well, I mean,
well, comparatively,
we were still in Wano for like 3 fucking years.
Wano makes Namek look like a joke.
Yeah. And Wano does just have this massive period of like, alright, all the characters split up and they're all just kind of in pseudo-hiding.
Do you like spending several chapters of Queen just shooting into a crowd?
I mean, those are entertaining. Queen was great. That's the thing, like, once Wano actually, like, Wano is that weird arc where, like, there's this massive period where not a whole lot happened, and also, like, at least 2 or 3 of the arcs beforehand were also, like, building up into Wano. So you're just kind of like, okay, but what's gonna happen? But then, like, when you actually get to the assault on Onigashima, it's fucking amazing.
Fair.
It's some of the best standout moments, like.
So until it happens, it's like, when are they gonna get to the fireworks factory? But then they get there, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen like the like Luffy's like current final form, and it's honestly really cool. I actually really like the concept and the design of it.
Yeah, Gear 5 is great, but just the thing with Wano is just everybody gets.
Because I will be honest, I fucking hate Gear 4.
But the thing with Onigashima, it just got everybody got like a lot of stuff, cool stuff to do, you know.
Which is really honestly good considering how big that fucking cast is at this point.
Robin gets to debut her brand new wrestling moves.
I've seen some of those animated because one of my friends is really big into Robin, and they've been trying to use Robin to sell it to me to try to get more invested in it.
Robin's the wrong character to try and sell you on that.
Okay, who's the right character?
Usopp.
I don't know.
Okay, let me give you an example. So during Thriller Bark, which is a pretty old arc at this point, so I feel okay comfortable spoiling this part, he fights a character called Perona, whose ability is that she produces these ghosts that when they pass through people, make them feel really negative and depressed.
And he's already that, so it doesn't matter.
This power cripples everyone else, but it doesn't work on Usopp because he's already negative. He can't hate himself anymore.
Which is funny, but I don't know. That's not really a good sell for me. That's funny, but
then he defeats her by basically scaring her into passing out because she thinks she's been hit with a 10-ton hammer and it's just inflatable.
Okay, that's pretty good.
But it looked like a 10-ton hammer. But otherwise, yeah, any combat he wins. It's more out of he just tricks people and fucks with them and pulls all sort of dirty tricks. I mean, everybody loves Zoro.
He's just like a samurai.
That's so low.
L-E-D-Y. No, I mean, it's not Jack. You know what's funny? Seeing the One Piece fandom would completely switch on to that. We're like, actually, no, we like this song now. I'm like, I remember for years you guys would bitch about that fucking song.
I still don't. It's kind of just a boring rap.
See, at least you're consistent.
Whatever. I mean, also I'd say Frankie would be the character I try and sell you on as well.
The robot man powered by Soda Pop?
Yeah.
That's a fair one.
But also, he's also in Japanese. He's voiced by Judo.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
I mean,
Judo is like my favorite UC pilot. He's a great rep for New Jersey.
Have you ever seen how he gets recruited to join the Straw Hats?
No.
Okay, so it's after this whole big arc, and it's a pretty serious arc called Water 7 and English Lobby, or Water 7. And basically, every character is like, Frankie, just go and join them. That's clearly what you want to do, and Frankie's too proud to do it because he can't bear believe his friends. And so he's standing on this. Oh, he loses his underwear because reasons. And he's watching them from the ship, and you know they're like, I think all it would take is a little push to get him to just finally join up. And Robin's like, okay, I can do that. So she uses her power to grow arms on his thighs and crushes his testicles. And every character's fucking mortified at this.
Okay, but that could sell me on Robin because that's fucking insane. I love that.
Actually, you know who else? Garp, Luffy's grandfather.
I do know about Garp.
But do you know everything about Garp? So Garp is a big shot in the Navy. Like, I mean, he is a storied, legendary hero. And when he first shows up, it's just after Water 7 and everyone's recovering from their fight. And he just smashes everyone and starts beating the shit out of Luffy. And everyone's like, what are you doing? It's like, what are you talking about? I'm giving my grandson a love tap.
I have seen also too where basically he had to be restrained when Ace was getting executed.
Yeah, he has to be. That has to happen a lot. Garp is a cool old guy, and also he and Luffy just fall asleep halfway through having their emotional, in quotations, meeting. Actually, what happens is he's like, Luffy, I'm not going to arrest you. And then everyone's on the ship and they're about to leave. He's like, Luffy, I spoke to my superiors and they said I'm not allowed to let you leave, so I am going to arrest you. And so they start being hit by cannonballs, but they're not being launched from a cannon. Garp's just throwing them. And then he throws a cannonball as big as the ship. Because,
Hi, Leatherhead, by the way. I forgot to mention him while like, already, like, mostly through his health bar.
But, yeah. Might like Sanji if only just because Sanji is, kind of a shithead. In the sense that he treats everybody like garbage except women, because, you know, he's a simp.
Oh, the reason I snorted was actually, the punk frogs went by on a roller coaster, and I just heard one of them go, "I'm gonna die!" That's why I, like, chortled there.
Poor punk frogs. But yeah, I wouldn't massively say on Robin, because while she's cool, don't think she does enough that would appeal to you.
Oh, this is the level where we have to fight, Metalhead.
Good old Metalhead.
I do like in the original show how it's just like just goes around between samples of voice lines from all of the turtles, except for at the end he then starts getting some April ones in there. It's really funny.
Oh, good.
But every game that ever voiced him though never did that. They would just give him like a voice.
Probably Metalhead doesn't crop up more often in other stuff. Feels like a super easy thing to do.
It's a cool concept.
Of just, hey, what if, I mean, think of how many other things where it's like, hey, what if main character were there an evil robot?
And the evil robot eventually becomes one of the good guys too.
Well, you know, just keeps on being an evil robot like with Metal Sonic.
There is only one Sonic. I unironically love that fucking OVA movie, though.
I mean, it's got one good quotable line.
It's got several. Unless you mean just multi-purpose, then yeah, I'll give you that.
Well, I mean, I always find a way to use. I know everything you're going to do.
Oh, I do that all the time too. It's so good. Sometimes I'll do bastardizations of it, where it's like that's not going to help me, and then or like weird variations depending on the situation. Usually involving me getting fucked regardless of what I do.
Sometimes there's those rare times where I'm doing a mirror match in something.
You know everything I'm going to do, but that's not going to help me, because I don't know what you're going to do! Help!
Which probably won't happen if I get back into playing MVC2, because the only...
Oh, I think, that reminds me, I think there's November that's coming out.
Okay, it's just because I think the only top tier character I really play, I mean, I played, obviously, like, the 4 gods plus Iron Man, but the one I actually did play the most was Cammy. Everyone else is like everyone else is like an honest mid-tier, like Cyclops and Ken.
I did learn that everybody has an infinite. Everybody in that game has an infinite.
Oh yeah, basically everyone does. It's just a matter of executables. If you want to know, do you know some of the fun, stupid glitches you can do there, or things that are bugged? So Ken is the best shooter in the game for a couple of reasons. He's got slightly better combo potential than Ryu does, because all of Ryu's moves, like Ryu has really stubby moves, so he's whiffed quite a lot. Sakura doesn't have a fireball except when you go, but she does get a projectile if you go into Dark Sakura mode, but that costs 3 meter.
Like Dark Sakura is the best one in terms of like if you put the meter in to make her Dark Sakura, but she takes the investment.
Yeah, that's a lot of investment on a character. Yeah, and Akuma is good, but has like no health, so. Chip, because Chip is so strong or usable. Main thing about Ken is, it's a glitch with his Air Tatsu.
Oh.
So you know how the damage scaling works in MVC2, right?
No.
Okay, so basically the more hits you do in a combo, the more it drops off the damage.
Oh, so like a lot of games like nowadays do that, yeah.
Yeah. So MVC2 has that. The thing is,
I think I'm one of the earliest games. I think I'm one of the earlier games that actually incorporate that.
So yeah, the thing is, Ken's Air Tatsu is glitched, so the damage doesn't ever scale down.
Oh.
Like, you just combo into it and then it just does like full unscaled damage. It's pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, that is good.
He also has like probably one of the best like anti-air. He's one of those characters where he just also has a really good anti-air assist because his Dragon Punch assist is like more or less invincible. I'm pretty sure. I mean, a lot of characters have invincible uppercuts, but his is also far-reaching, and he's more useful than like Captain Commando. Cyclops.
Captain Commando is funny because he's like best assist, worst character, or like one of the worst.
Captain Suckass, as we used to call him.
Which is still more than Roll and Serve Bot, but...
So yeah, the bottom 3 characters of MVC2, if you were curious, are Roll, Servbot, and Dan, which makes sense.
I mean, that's Dan.
They're all joke characters.
Yeah.
Cyclops is another character I really like. So he also has maybe one of the best assists in the game, but his actual fundies are also pretty good. He can build meter crazy fast because you can just do like jump heavy kicks, and that builds meter like crazy even on whiffs. He's got his own like Tatsu and Dragon Punch moves. They're all pretty good, and his standing heavy is a fucking projectile, so he can use that as an approach option because he can chase behind it. Oh, but I was going to tell you one of the other glitches. Do you know the Juggernaut glitch?
No, I don't know a lot of the sauce for MC22, to be honest.
Okay, so
like my experience playing the game was me just playing it for fun, casually.
Okay.
I only knew about the stuff that was like on the top of it, of like the bullshit between the gods. I only knew about their bullshit.
So, Juggernaut's sort of cheese comes in the fact that he has a super or an ability that lets him basically charge or power up. So on his next hit, he'll do like increased damage, and I'm talking like double damage. But it's meant to be only for being like that one hit. But if you activate it, tag out, he then just tag it. If you then activate it and tag out, he just has that shit forever until you activate his power up again. But why would you?
Good.
So there is actually a semi-viable joke team you can do with like BB Hood, Omega Red, and Juggernaut, where because BB Hood has can link into a team hyper combo off of like one crouching kick. They actually could put out enough damage with the setup to one shot.
Wait, so who are they? Are it's BB Hood, Juggernaut, and who?
Omega Red, but Omega Red can basically beat anyone as long as their super is high enough damage. So the point is that you put the glitch on Juggernaut, you and also part of the problem is you do have to use BB Hood as your point character, and she's not bad, but
I am one T.
Oh yeah, hey. And there, so you could then just like crouch, kick, link into team hyper combo, and that will kill any character.
Jesus.
But you know, it's kind of like a one-trick thing.
It's just somebody knows it and they know how to beat it, they'll beat you out.
Yeah, because she can get zoned out pretty easily. And, you know, as I said, she's not a great character. She's not a bad character. She's, like, mid-tier, which, you know, in a game like this is still pretty good. Well, not this game, obviously, but yeah, MVC2. There's some funny stuff you can do.
Wait, I'm not playing MVC2 right now? Thought I was. Shock.
Oh, and also, I can't remember how to pronounce his name. Mummy guy from Darkstalkers.
Oh, I know you're talking about, yeah.
He has a infinite because he has a curse. And if you use like the right assist, you can infinitely chain the curse. Because once you get hit by the curse, the opponent can't block. So you can effectively like chain with the assist infinite them with the curse if you've got the by chaining the curse if you are quick enough or good enough. So that's always fun. Oh, and Thanos is bad, but he has a broken assist.
Captain Commando.
Sort of. So rather than his assist being being borderline invincible, hitting everything everywhere in the screen, his assist traps people in a bubble. So you could basically just use it for free combo food.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Stupid bubble thing.
I remember that.
Yeah, there's lots of... if you experiment with mid-tiers, there's lots of stupid, wacky, fun stuff you can do. Venom could just spam like his one move with the right assists. Dr. Doom assist is pretty good. Is also really good to have for chip damage.
Is it Venom Fang or Venom Blood he spams?
Venom Fang.
Thought so.
He, like, leaps to
Oh, I know what it is, because I used to, when I played it, my team was Venom, Sakura, Mega Man. I know, shocking, right?
Mega Man's pretty strong. Who else is some weird, funny source? So Trombone, weirdly, is a not terrible character.
You know, it's actually something I want to off topic real quick. I just want to say involving this game. One thing I thought was funny when I saw some reviews in this game, they complained about enemies being cheap, and it was just in this game, unlike the old Turtles games, you can't just spam jump kicks because they have enemies that'll just like knock you out of a jump kick if you keep going for it. And some enemies that just consistently do it. And it's literally just they're complaining about that, but they didn't know that's what they were complaining about.
Well, they needed to.
And the only reason I realized that is because I was watching their footage and I'm like, wait a minute. I see the problem here.
Yeah, just roll back, just dodge back and counterattack.
Yeah.
Pretty simple for all the enemies that DP you. Also really hard, because of the way her supers work, you can effectively retreat at any time. Which is interesting. She's not super amazing, but she's pretty good.
I mean, she makes up for it by being cool.
She's no Cable, who is like the coolest, least cool character in the game, I think.
No, that's an apt description, honestly.
Because, like, he should be awesome because Cable's cool and everybody likes Cable, but then his actual game plan is zone you out projectiles and then spam his aerial hyper combo because it does ridiculous chip damage.
Unfortunately, like, thinking about it, it's like, what would he do? He just is a guy with a gun.
Yeah, and a robo hand. But, yeah, so it's just more the fact that his game plan is jump hyper combo or jump hyper laser and yeah, because that chains into itself because that seems fair. So the point is he either hits you with the laser and you then get hit by the next laser or he hits your block, in which case it does ridiculous chip damage. So you're still just eating a bunch of damage.
It reminds you, it makes you really kind of appreciate how much more balanced fighting games are these days. Usually.
One hand, yeah, but on the other hand, I think we've definitely not had a game like MVC2 where the source is as insane as it. Like, yeah,
what's interesting about the combos in MVC2 though is like they're not like really long or anything. They're pretty short.
Because you melt health bars real quick.
Yeah.
I think MVC3 got like probably the closest of any game to like that kind of
the middle ground.
The silly shit kind of game. Like, Fighters is also a tag fighter with assists, and but Fighters is, a game built to be competitive at that level, and actually like.
I mean, most fighting games weren't built to be at that level back then.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I was saying. MVC2 has this element of just wacky shit can happen. And 3 had it, but not quite as much, because they were like, what if we actually slightly tried with this game, but oops, Phoenix and Sentinel.
Sentinel again.
Why is it always you?
Actually, no, I don't think that's like the meta anymore, Sentinel.
No, Sentinel's dropped off hard. For MVC3, it's like Mori Doom Phoenix is the top team. Followed by ZMC. Which is Zero, Dante, Virgil.
Yeah. But I was like, I was pretty sure that was like the big one these days.
I'm pretty sure Mori Doom Phoenix is still like the preferred one, or at least like the one that wins more. Mostly because it requires less skill to pilot. Like, to get like Dante, Virgil, Zero to work, like they're obviously all very strong characters, and Virgil's outright just broken. But like, because
every time I hit the left button, I get hit.
talk shit, get hit. But it's like Dante specifically has like 4,000 combo strings you got to learn.
True.
And what links into what at what percent, on what characters, because it's all weight dependent. And yeah, whereas Morrigan Phoenix, it's like, yep, you sure do astral vision and projectile spam in Morrigan.
Soulfist!
Soulfist.
Shadow Brain!
Then occasionally Doom will show up, and then even once you get through all of that, it's like, oh good, this bitch has 7 meter. Joy. But, you know, people have made some weird teams work in MVC3.
Yeah, because it's definitely more... It's less fucked than that, but at the same time, like you said, like there's the silly shit factor, which is also a fun thing in video games.
Probably the funniest successful team in MVC3 is I Heart Justice's Phoenix Wright team.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like Phoenix, Cap, and Strange.
I like the one lobby shenanigans where they had like Lucy and them, like the people that typically don't play it, and he just handed one of them like one of the best teams in the game. Like he handed them the fucking the Virgil Zero Dante.
Yeah, which, like I said, very strong characters, high execution required.
Because I remember I think it might have been Pepperbox he gave it to it, and he's just like, "Are these good?" He's like, "Yes, they are very good."
Yeah. But you know, Dino always gets his man. God, I was so happy when I watched those videos, and I'm like, watching Dino cancel fucking pipe into command grab on Hagar, and I'm like, yes! That's the shit I live for. Because it's like, it's such a perfect mix-up tool, really, because it's like, instinctively, yeah, pipe should be unsafe on block. Because that's the whole thing, it's a hit. But then it's like, oh, they're kind of blocked? Pile drive. It's dumb shit like that, which I love in Marvel, which it's like, no, it's not healthy to have in games like that, because, yeah, imagine that in what you call like a serious like modern day fighting game of, oh, here's the move where it's like you have two choices, you either guess that they're gonna cancel it and go for a grab, or they're just gonna go for this.
There's a lot more of that than you think. Like Guilty Gear has that with Elfelt, but Elfelt is also considered the bottom tier of the game. Despite me saying that, my friend mains Elfelt and he kicks the ever-living fucking shit out of me.
Yeah, because tiers in fighting games are always like a bit of a weird thing that people don't really get. Like, so what actually a tier list is about, and what it's meant to be is it's meant to showcase what tools a character really has. Because obviously, like a good player on a bad character can be an okay player on an okay character, because they have greater fundamental knowledge of the game. They understand here are the tools and what you can do. Fun fact, actually, talking of like weird tiers and thing, Donkey Kong is now once again going up tiers in Melee because
I think we were talking about that last week.
Yeah, but we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. But the guy who won a local tournament, a big local tournament, has now come third at a major, which is like, you know, crazy for a character who's was considered mid-tier at best for 20 years. But it's once again, it's that thing of the character just has...
I mean, I swear to God, I was watching footage of, like, the May won in the end, but I was watching the Elfelt, like, the very, very high ranked Elfelt fight them, and I'm like, man, this Elfelt doesn't look nearly as good as my friend. Then again, it could be because they're fighting me versus fighting someone who's significantly better than I am.
Probably. I mean, there's a lot more safer options you can do on people who are less likely to be able to pick them apart and punish. But you know, as I said, tiers are always misrepresented as here is like the inherent strength, like, or this means that you will never win if you play a bottom tier or a low tier. It's like, no, what it means is just these characters don't have the tools that a top tier would have, like for instance, what I always think about is Brian F. When
sometimes it's literally just how many times they've won rounds in various majors.
But like, so for instance, Brian F, who's a Street Fighter player who I like, when I remember he used to main Balrog in 5, and then he swapped over to Oro, like in like the sort of when 5 was clearly like on its way out and they were preparing for 6. And one of the things I remember him saying is that one of the things he had to get used to when playing Oro versus playing Balrog is having losing matchups. Because Balrog could just do a bunch of stupid shit because he's strong and his moves very hard to punish and he's very good at punishing. But like, so for instance, why it's interesting is like the DK example in Melee. What kind of makes the DK good, in a weird sort of way, is that, and there's actually like 2 really good DKs who, it's like a weird rule where if you beat one, you lose to the other, and you can fight them both in bracket, because they play differently. So one plays like DK like a grappler,
And one's like a rushdowner.
No, the other one's just about punish game.
Oh!
You throw whiffs and he hits you. I mean, obviously he's also using grabs and cargo throws.
You know, that's very different from the insert gorilla character. That's like the meme now whenever a character's brainless. I can't believe the gorilla is using his brain.
Yeah, so it's like he tries to put them into awkward positions and capitalizes off of if they fuck up or if they are put into a bad spot or just using like DK's up B, which is actually insane, to pressure. And it's, you know, good to see. It just goes to show you how metagames can develop and how tiers aren't like the end-all be-all of here's what it takes to play to...
I mean, sometimes too, like if a player can discover shit too.
Also, like, yeah, but...
Like, cause like, I still remember like the Cassandra thing from Soul Calibur 2 where she was like bottom tier until like a guy got really fucking good with her. And she got bumped up. I think last I looked, she's like nowadays sitting at a respectable mid.
Yeah. But it can just be as simple as that. But also, like, metagames evolve because people also develop strategies and understandings of characters that let them be more punishable. You know, like, when people can realise, oh, that move's not safe on block. That move's not quite as safe on block as we thought it was, or here's how you can, or you can bait people into throwing a move to whiff, and then you can punish the whiff.
The Oki, if you will.
Yeah. Wasn't well, I thought Oki was when you like.
Wake up's the wake up thing.
Yeah. But like, so for instance, back to Marvel. Part of the thing of Marvel is knowing how to do cross-ups, because obviously you can, with assist, you can pre-plan to basically hit from 2 sides at once, or like some characters have you know, heavy jump or jump attacks or, you know, dive kicks that effectively do or put people in awkward 50-50s. Like, what side is he going to hit me on?
I mean, literally, like, one of my favorite things to do with Asuka when I'm playing ranked is she has a combo that a string that ends in one of 2 ways. If I decide to do the full string, I either do a low that isn't very safe, or I do a mid-high that, you know, hits mid and high, but it won't. But you can, but you can't duck. You can't duck under it, but you can obviously duck to block the low or parry it. So a lot of times on low health, I'll do it, and a lot of times players will panic because they have a sliver of health, so they try to guess what I'm going to do. So a lot of times, even if I don't go for it often, when they're low, they will go for a low block, leading to them just getting kicked in the teeth and dying.
I guess that's one thing that technically...
That's a secret mechanic. The player's mental state.
I guess that's actually one thing that Roll and Surfbot do have in MVC2. They have an instant overhead. It's like their one thing that they have that's good. So, you know, at least they got that.
Oh, cool. They must have done that in a patch for this game. I touched one of the pizza boxes by accident while at full health, and it did not take. It actually, like, it made like a little shaking animation and wouldn't let me take it.
If only they had a message that said, I'm already at full health.
Don't bogart the pizza, dude! Oh, but by the way, I'm in the ruins of the Technodrome right now, level-wise. Ow! I got electrocuted. I love the idea that they decided to add the continuity from from like the trashing it in the previous games, so it's just like ruined bits. I really like that little detail. It's fun. Also, right now I have 10 lives. Difficulty I put it on, I should mention, I put it on the medium difficulty. I do not really... even at the height of me playing this game, I did not really care for the hard mode. The difficulty spike is kind of insane. And I just wasn't having fun with it, so I was just like, ah. But sometimes I kind of want to go back and try it and try to beat it, because, you know, I like this game enough where I want to try to get to that level, because it'd be fun.
One day I would like to finish some of the challenges, but man, fuck me, trying to finish some of those levels without like taking a hit, like especially on like the skateboard.
Oh god, yeah, levels, those are insane.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, I don't think I did many of those at all.
I ain't got time to like try and no hit like fucking skate jetboard levels.
Yeah, it was a little insane. Oh no, it's Chrome Dome!
I thought it was Shredder, but it was actually Chrome Dome.
Oh no!
Well, I guess that Disney Expo, whatever number we're up, came out, and they sure did announce a bunch of sequels to properties that had done well in the past.
Alright, Zootopia 2, Frozen 3 and 4, Incredibles 3!
Toy Story 5.
We needed that. This time, it's about electronics. So boring. What they should have done, and I saw someone tweet this out, they should have fucking made it be about the toys losing shelf space to anime anime figurines. And people start making jokes about like the final, like the main big bad being a gunpla.
They'd never do that, because then that would basically be admitting how Japan has also fucked over their animation department.
You're right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wish I could be excited for Incredibles 3, but after Incredibles 2, I'm like, you've kind of proven you don't know what to do with this. But also, like, what's the point in The Incredibles? Like, the whole point of The Incredibles when it came out was like, haha, look, it's the best Fantastic Four movie.
It's the Fantastic Four movie we'll never get.
Yeah, but now Disney owns the Fantastic Four, so it's like, just make the Fantastic Four.
Except for even then, it'll probably still be better than the Fantastic Four movie we'll get from them.
Oh, 100%, but then also, like, Incredibles 2 is just such a boring movie.
And yet, somehow, that's still going to be better than what we're going to get from them. I mean, I agree with you. I'm not saying it's a good. I don't even think it's a bad movie. It's just meh.
Here's the problem with Incredibles 2, right? Incredibles 2 is the movie released like a year or two after the original.
Oh, like the directed DVD kind of.
Yeah. Incredibles 2 is not the movie you tell us we had to wait 14 years for, and it really needed to be.
It's Hunchback 2.
So we could do it, because it's the only thing is Incredibles 2 is just the same. It's just the same movie as Incredibles 1, only we reversed the roles.
It's only now with
Now Elastigirl has to learn the lesson that you can't just do things on your own, and you need your family.
Even though she already knew that.
Yeah. Even though this was literally the lesson of the first movie.
It makes no sense when she already knows that.
So it's like we're just
like, you don't need to teach a lesson to a character who already knows that. Like, they already know.
Yeah, and as I said, it'd be one thing if this was a movie that came out like 2 years after the
here we go, the now no longer copyright infringing pizza monsters. I forgot about these guys.
They were copyright infringement. You weren't supposed to remember them.
And they brought them back, but they made them they just made them not copyright infringing looking, or at least distinct enough to where it's like, okay, you can get away with this.
Incredibles 2 is just such a bizarre movie because aside from the fact that like the whole idea of a superhero movie has already like the landscape of that has changed dramatically since the first one. And it's like, yeah, why do we need 14 years to make the same movie again, but not quite as good? Because I watch it and I'm like, yeah, I like Elastigirl, I like her a lot. You know, these are all cool set pieces. But
like
also,
honestly, when it was like it was gonna be mostly when they announced it, it was gonna be mostly a her story. I was like, oh cool, I wonder what they'll do with that. And then they just didn't do anything interesting, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of eh. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but like you know, I could be watching something else.
You're wasting my time, Pixar. Thanks, I guess. As I said, you know, it was also coming out, and it's the same with Incredibles 3. We live in a world where the superhero genre is like, in terms of mass media, is like vastly different from where it was. Like, there was a novelty to a superhero movie in 2004.
Or now it's like most movies are superhero movies.
But even then, it's not even just a matter of hate fatigue.
Hi, Vigilante. Thank you for following.
Oh yeah, hey. Sorry, talking about... But it's like, I always dislike when people say, oh, you know, we're going to have hate fatigue, because it never actually sets in, because what actually causes fatigue is just releasing the same movie and over and over and over and over and over again, like...
Oh, you beat this one 9 times? I've beaten this game so many times. I love this game. In fact, you weren't here to hear this before. Oh yeah, April was actually, I was going to say, April is my favorite character. I train picked my character. I actually, for a short period of time, was on the top of the leaderboard, like, during the launch of this game with April for solo mode.
When I play this game, I usually play Leo or Usagi because they're broken, but also I just like them.
No, this is on PC. I mostly play stuff on PC.
I even have my party wall up on the desk for me right now. He's in Leo mode.
I am wearing a Ninja Turtles t-shirt. I don't have party wall up. I saw him when I was at the store yesterday, but I was like, I don't know if I have the money for this right now. Though I want it, because it's so fucking cool.
Yeah, Cry's also pretty strong in this game.
Oh yeah, I played a little bit of her. She's pretty fun. My honestly guess is before I guessed Usagi out loud before I called you. My other guess in my head before Raph was you giving me Casey Jones because of Casey Jones memes.
No, if Saber was here, he'd have given me that because he likes he likes Casey Jones way more than I do. I'm just kind of he's sure is there, and I guess. Oh, no, I was going to give you Raph because he's the worst.
At least it's not Raph if I was playing one of the old games. Because God is he terrible in the old games.
Turns out.
He's definitely not the best in this one, but he's not bad.
Well, who is the worst then, if not Raph?
No, I don't know. He might be the worst, but he's still not bad. That's what I'm saying. He might be the worst. I'm not really sure who actually is the worst.
And the only other one I could maybe be is Mikey, but I'm pretty sure Mikey has way more range than he does.
Mikey is pretty good. At least I like playing Mikey. But again, like if I want to play one of the shorter, stubbier reach characters, I usually just gonna play April because she's got great combos.
No, he says she's got stubby reach. Quite decent. She's got quite good reach.
I meant speed. Sorry, not stubby reach.
Oh, slow. Oh, slow catchy, yeah.
If I wanted to play someone who was quick, I'd play her because she's amazing combos.
See, I think Splinter's mostly bad, but his like super is so good it makes up for it. His super can one-shot bosses.
Yeah, he's got a good one. In a team game, having a Splinter is fucking devastating for the AI. Because he could just be like, I'm going to save my super for the boss. Okay, the boss is here. Stand aside, let me kill him. What do you mean, let me... Oh.
Let me solo him.
It's like the fucking Woody meme with Sora, except for it's Splinter. Hi, Krang. Goodbye, Krang.
That should have been our Toy Story 4.
What?
Kingdom Hearts 3.
As far as I'm concerned, it is.
I say this having never seen Toy Story 4 because Why would I? Toy Story 3 was an ending.
Yeah.
I mostly liked it.
I made the mistake of watching it. I don't recommend it.
You fool. See, everything I ever saw about it made me go, this seems awful. I won't watch it.
It is awful. Probably one of the worst sequels, in my opinion.
I mean, it's one of those things where, aside from anything else, like when you make a sequel after the end, after what is a very definitive ending, like even just by virtue of it existing, it's gonna ruffle some feathers because, you know, people like endings that are good. It's like, I don't want to get into the whole like Star Wars sequel stuff because, you know, it's a very controversial topic and I don't really care, and I only saw 2 of those movies. But it's like, you know, Return of the Jedi ends on a big and the galaxy is saved and everybody's happy, and it's good vibes and it feels really earned and everyone likes it, and then to just make a whole bunch of other movies that like, actually, all of that mint shit, Luke Skywalker tried to murder a child.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm glad we
which is
very
out of character for him after his character arc.
It's that character, but it's just the whole point of it's like you've taken what was a good ending and or at least an ending that resonated with a lot of people, and, you know, inspired a lot of people, and you basically said, yeah, it didn't happen, fuck you, because everyone's miserable. It's like, it's kind of why I hate just the whole like, I like sequels when they're at least like intended from the start. You know, sequels can be good if it's like you go, okay, this is where we're going to start, and then we'll go on to this, and then we'll go on to this. You've got like a definitive ending in mind. None of this. Well, let's go 40 years. Let's go like 40 years after the fact, and then showcase how everyone actually was miserable and nothing.
You can do a sequel with that for something that isn't intended, but that they just didn't do a good one. That's it.
So I'm just of the opinion, if I ever see it anytime, I'm just glad that there are just a bunch of franchises I love that will never ever get touched.
Oh. Announced next week. Everything you love getting touched.
Nah. Bunch of stuff. Nah, because a bunch of stuff has like gone by of like what I would call like big anniversary years that just got completely. And also because some of them are just properties by Warner Brothers, so you know they're safe.
Oh yeah, because they don't want to do anything with anything.
They don't want to make movies.
They don't want to make things that people like, or might earn money. I think this is like some kind of insurance scam.
Probably. I'm amazed that Zaslav is still in charge.
CEOs get to fail upwards.
Usually not this spectacularly, though.
More these days than you think.
And it's the opposite over here for like football, which I don't care about football and sports and whatever, but I always find it funny that whenever the England football team loses, it's like, well, we've got to sack the manager. I'm like, why don't you sack the players? They didn't win. They're the ones who didn't win.
I can't really comment. I'm not a sports guy. Because like it depends on if they're doing what they're told to do. Like, and what they're told to do is just stupid.
Oh no, they were told to kick the ball and score some goals. They didn't manage to do that.
I don't know whatever their play is. I don't know.
Kick the ball and score some goals.
I mean, there's usually like a play, like a strategy for how they're trying to go do that.
Yeah, there's the ball. Go and kick it. It's very simple.
Why do I understand this more than you somehow, even though I don't fucking watch this? Unless this is just the trained men being funny, but...
Who knows at this point?
Not me.
Nobody. Isn't that the real bit?
It's more like 2-bit.
Wonder how Sabo's doing in Florida.
Probably dealing with the punk frogs and Leatherhead. Because they're very real people. And not cartoon characters from a comic book.
Oh, right, I guess that's one thing that did happen. That, it's probably not. It's probably gonna lower the mood down. Didn't like one of the voice actors for Pokemon die? I think it was Misty.
Yeah, Missy's VA passed away, unfortunately. She was very young. But yeah, she unfortunately passed away to breast cancer. Yeah. I did see that. I'm pretty upset about that one.
Mm-hmm.
There's no joke here. It just sucks. Like like when I realized how old she was, I was just like, or well, how young she was. I realized that she was like only like 20 or so when she was voicing Misty when we were kids. Like, she was young. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add. It's just sucks, and I loved her her as Misty. She also was Utena in the Revolutionary Girl Utena dub.
I'm surprised Utena's not come back. I was actually talking with a friend of mine who's a massive fan of Utena.
Utena's good.
Yeah, but I'm surprised it's not had like a resurgence, considering how
It sometimes gets brought up, but like, yeah, it probably just wasn't as big as say like popular, but not, I guess probably not, maybe not as big as stuff like Ray or something like that, which Ray is getting like an anniversary anime.
Well, I even mean it's one of those things where, for lack of a better term, it is incredibly gay. So I'm kind of surprised it's not had a resurgence just off of that.
It gets a bit from that, because I do see people post it with that, because it is very gay. Ow. Krang is doing his Crash Bandicoot impression.
Yeah, he's got to do something.
Alright, I beat him.
There's only, what, like 3 stages left, I think?
No, I think it's literally just fight Shredder and then a not stage where you fight the,
Statue of Liberty and Super
yeah.
Shredder.
So I think I fight Shredder, like, now. Yep, I fight Shredder now, and then it's the Statue of Liberty, and then the final Shredder fight.
Well, time for his cool theme music to kick in.
Yeah, because we're, like, right at the end, pretty much. It's just a bunch of boss fights now.
Nice to meet you, I'm here to beat you.
Such a good song. This whole game is so fucking good. I hope the Power Rangers one's supposed to come out, I think this year?
Yeah,
is good.
I think it's October it comes out.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in October coming out for me. Because there's Power Rangers, there's Sonic X Shadow, and Sparking Zero. A lot of my bullshit all at once.
I wonder why October's such a stacked month for those sort of games.
I have no idea.
Normally it's just a stacked month for, you know, horror games.
Yeah.
Although I guess there's not any huge ones coming out this year.
I don't think of any horror games coming out.
Everyone's taking a year off. Like, we still don't know what's going on with that whole Silent Hill 2 remake that they keep threatening us with. And no Resident Evil release this year because they're gearing up for 9, whatever the fuck that's going to be. I have no faith in it.
He just performed a Ninja Vanish. Yep, there it is, the Statue of Liberty. I knew we were, like, right at the end. God, this game is so fucking fun, though. So, but yeah, I hope the Power Rangers one is at least, like, half as good as this.
Should be. I mean,
it looks good.
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes those beat-em-ups will look good, and then you'll get your hands on them, and you're like, ooh, this is rough.
Not totally sure about how the gimmick levels are going to play out, because it look like there's lots of vehicle and Zord stuff, which should, you know, appeal to me. But you know, how
it depends on how it feels to play.
Like, yeah, that's the problem with like non-standard levels in these in games like that. We'll remember the old days of the force turret sections or the vehicle segments in FPSs.
Yeah. Time to do the turret level. I don't wanna. You're going to do it and you're going to like it. I won't.
I don't weird how it's one of the how video games have these like recurring tropes.
You know what? I have so many lives now. I'm just going to brute force this. I don't care.
It is kind of funny how many video games have just these like weird sort of forced memes in the original sense, not the current sense of like here are like mechanics and systems that even though they're not like really that popular, inexplicably wind up everywhere. Like QTEs is probably like the main one, right?
I blame Resident Evil for that one's popularity. It wasn't the originator.
I blame God of War for that.
Nah, because God of War got it from them.
But I mean, God of War is the one that exemplified it.
Nah, I think it's literally the same. Actually, no, it's not the same, because in God of War, literally, you need to do it in order to kill, like, so many enemies.
Yeah. But it's still the fact of I don't think I've ever met anybody who was like, oh yeah, QTEs, it's my favourite, and yet inexplicably they became
It was everywhere.
And it's like, it's not even just like, oh, you do them for like bonuses, it's like, oh, you need to do them for progression.
Because even like Wolverine Origins had them, but they weren't as egregious, mind you, but they were there.
No, the big problem with Wolverine Origins is it was just more like certain enemy types had like the same or certain enemy types just required like the same button inputs, but you know, it wasn't like a huge deal there. But then you get to things like Spider-Man 3 where they're just fucking everywhere and lead to instant failure if you miss one.
My brain was just picturing the bomb scene, you know the one.
Yeah, where he falls and dies, falls and the bomb explodes.
It's so funny.
And yeah, there's like the weird trend in games where it's like we've got to force in like vehicle or turret sections into games that don't really that weren't ever intended for it. And I wonder if that's Grand Theft Auto's fault, because GTA 3 was and like the GTA PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I forgot you can't fight. You can't hit this guy until
he gets tired.
Yeah, I have to wait for him to get tired, so I gotta dodge him until he's tired.
I think it's just when he's not glowing, yeah, but...
Yeah, once he, like, does the fucking, Akira explosion. Okay, let me get a
Yeah,
in.
just, like, how all of the, like, every game started having these, like, weird, as I said, forced alternate, gameplay levels. And I wonder if that was...
you know, I deserve that.
I do wonder if, like, driving was specifically because of Grand Theft Auto.
Probably.
But, you know, Grand Theft Auto had the decency to make it so driving was, like, a core part of the game. So
I mean, driving, and the driving in the early games were actually pretty good. Ow.
I mean, I think they got a lot better by... I think San Andreas is where it got, like, the best in terms of the original games.
Yeah, I agree. I think Vice City is my favorite, but I agree with you mechanically, if that makes sense.
4 is pretty contentious.
4 is where a lot of the issues I have with the way the game feel come into play.
And then 5 gets weird depending on what version you're playing and at what time, because they change like how a lot of the mechanics work halfway through like 5, or through 5's insane life cycle. So things just felt, yeah, I don't know.
And Shredder's down.
Alright, well, you stopped Shredder from getting revenge.
The revenge! But my revengeance! It was rising! But Tish!
Shred's dead, baby.
You know, he'll come back in like 30 years again. Just be like, I have a new plan. It's like the old plan, but dumber. I'm gonna skip the ending. I don't care.
Skipped his intro.
I skipped the I skipped Vernon giving the credit to the punk frogs is what I did. But God, this game is still so fucking good. Definitely one of my favorite beat 'em ups. Like the fact that Raph is the worst character in the game and it's still fun to play. Like when the bad character is a character you can play and be like, yeah, I'm having fun. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Though with all the DLC, honestly, if you're doing like a full player romp, no one's ever going to be stuck playing as Raph, which is kind of funny.
I mean, even in the base game before DLC, assuming you'd already unlocked everything, then...
If you unlock Casey, then nobody in your friend group has to play Raph, because they just play Casey.
I mean, it's only maxed out on 4 players, isn't it?
6 players.
Ah, okay, I thought it only maxed out on 4.
Nah, it's 6 players. That was the big thing with this game, was it had 6 players. I have only played a 6-player game once. I have not gotten to do it before. It was because somebody else was streaming it who had more people to play it, and they only ever did it one time.
Do you know, maybe Hart. Oh. Sorry, I just got a message from Sabo telling us he's busy wrestling gators.
We know.
How did he know? How did he know?
God, oh yeah, I remember I was talking about the thing earlier and I completely forgot, but now it's easier to think of as I'm looking at TMT. It's kind of weird how, like, yeah, Rising I didn't, yeah, I was mentioning Rising, but, like, Rising's my reasons for disliking it were different, where I haven't seen this one, but I do kind of wonder about the age thing. I mean, the game is great in co-op. I played it in co-op, but I haven't gotten to do that too much. I've mostly played beat 'em ups on my own. I just enjoy the genre. As I mentioned to Jellic, as I mentioned earlier to Vigilante, I actually was like, when this game launched, I was briefly on like the top of the leaderboard as April. I do mean briefly because there are people that are much better at this game, like, not long after that. But, God, I just realized, because Nickelodeon now fully owns them, I just remembered that they fully own Garfield, too.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck about Garfield?
I'm here, John.
Do you, like, genuinely, does anybody care about Garfield anymore?
I mean, he's still around. They keep making shit for him, so I'm gonna guess yes.
So lots of things are still around that nobody gives a fuck about.
Go on.
Sort Out Online.
That Sword Art Online's weird because
I have never met anybody who's ever liked that show.
It's still around and it still gets shit. It gets games, tons of fucking merchandise, and yeah, I have yet to meet somebody who's a fan of it.
Yeah, so I don't understand who it's for. Like every other like major anime or manga, I'm like, oh yeah, I know at least know someone who's enjoyed it.
Like I knew one person who was into it, quote quote, but is more to laugh at it.
Whereas everyone I've ever spoken to who I know has seen Sword Art Online, they just tell me how much they fucking hate it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is this still a thing if everybody doesn't like it?
Yeah, I don't know.
What else is still around despite nobody liking it? MCU.
The what?
The MCU.
No, I know a lot of people who do like it still.
Damn.
That one's a case of that one's a case of, to be fair, we're a very vocal minority, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it.
It does say a lot when there's a good like 5-minute chunk of the latest Deadpool movie basically just dedicated to, man, these movies suck now, don't they?
What I do think is funny though too is whenever a game, or not a game, a movie comes out that I didn't hear about, and they're like, man, you guys really let Purple Crayon flop, and I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I technically saw a trailer for it by not seeing a trailer because the trailer was playing silently at the theater, and I was looking, well, because I was meant to see Deadpool because my friend wanted to, and it was just like playing on the screen. I'm like, I don't really get what this is, but because it's not got any sound, because it's just like in the lobby,
right?
And because obviously the trailer wasn't in front of the movie I was seeing, so I'm like, I guess he just has a magic pen.
But it's more funny. It's like, you let this fail. It's like, I didn't even know what the hell this was. Yeah, like I said, Elian, I've beaten this game many times. He just came back and said, I left for 3 minutes and you beat the game.
I mean, it's not a very long game.
No. Honestly, like, it would be... Actually, now I think about it, I kind of would be interested in trying to speedrun this game.
Good luck.
I'd have to look into, like, tech for the game and shit. But
yeah, I'm sure.
I did beat it, like, a little under an hour 50. I think it was, like, 40-something when I beat it. Though I probably wouldn't use Raph for a speedrun. He does do a lot of damage, though, because I did notice him just, like, melting health bars.
I mean, yeah, that's the whole point. He does the most damage of the 4 turtles, but he's got the lowest range, because, you know, all of them are meant to have, like, a specialty, except for Leonardo, who is jack of all stats.
Yeah.
because Mikey is the fastest, but I think Mikey is the fastest but has the least damage, and Donatello has the least damage but the longest range.
After the credits, I'll look at their stats and get this look at just to see what they all are, because I don't remember off the top of my head.
Well, range isn't. I don't think range is one of the listed stats, but yeah.
No, I think it is.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I believe it is, because I believe I remember Casey having almost identical stats to Leo, but having longer range. And you know what? Because we're going to end the stream in a second anyway. Let me just speed up what's left of the credits, which isn't much, to look at that. Back. Let's just go hit Arcade again just so I can look at their stats. Okay. Yeah, they have range, speed, and power. So, like, Leo has 2 in all of those. Mikey has 1 range, 3 speed, 2 power. Raph has 1 range, 2 speed, 3 power. Donatello has 3 range, 1 speed, 2 power. April has 2 range, 3 speed, 1 power. Splinter, 2, 1, 3. Casey, 3, 2, 2. Usagi, 2, 3, 2. Karai, 2, 2, 3. And that's all of the characters. I did unlock some colors for some of the characters I played in the roguelike mode, but I didn't play Raph in the roguelike, so I didn't have any to really pull out that I felt like
that was my thing. I know life for a week or two the roguelike mode just to unlock all the colors because I wanted to play as like all the various turtles.
Fair. But yeah, I think that'll do. Fun video game, nice kind of relaxing. This probably gonna sound like it's a beat 'em up game to just kind of play as kind of a break from the big games. Next week I'll probably either do. I'm debating between. I kind of want to do Kingdom Hearts 2 because I saw like this weird take. Because I mean it was already on the docket, but I might be pushing it up because I saw this weird take where someone's like, "Yeah, actually 3 was better. The only reason you like 2 was nostalgia," and I'm like, let me be the judge of that.
I would only say, can we hold off on a week of that, or a week?
Oh yeah, because of Sabo.
I want Sabo to be around. At least pretend he could be around.
Because, yeah.
You know,
so we might do. You know what? We might do another small game, maybe like another like beat 'em up or something like that I can beat, or like a platformer. I could try like speeding through Sonic 2. I can do that pretty quickly. Yeah. But yeah, it's time to leave. Bye.